we're living in an age where we're so connected all of the time, and yet we still feel lonely sometimes. What are your thoughts on that?
We just need to disconnect and be with each other and communicate in person.
I feel like we've gotten too comfortable being connected on the phone, social media-wise, you know, whatever the case is. And because you're so comfortable, you're comfortable with being physically alone because you have this device.
My generation, we focus so much on social media, and it's okay to connect, you know, but also don't focus too much on it. You know, try to go the old-fashioned way. Go see a friend in person.
I think it's because the connections we experience nowadays are a lot more shallow than they used to be back in the day.
It's kind of rewiring our youth. It's kind of taken away from the old values, traditional values.
Yeah. We have thousands of more friends nowadays, but they're not as close as the 5 to 10 friends we had back when we were kids and all that stuff, you know.
I think it's a really good way for me to stay connected with all my friends and a lot of my teammates and like friends from over the years through high school. For me, it's a positive thing, and I think if you don't consume too much time with it, then it's pretty healthy.
Just keeping that balance.
Yeah.
Coming out of the house, because it's, like I said, it's real easy to just sit at home, snuggle up, pull the phone out.
Have you ever struggled with like loneliness yourself? And if you have, how have you been able to kind of overcome that?
I think everybody struggles with loneliness. You have to really be in tune with yourself and love yourself and get a dog.
So technology is definitely a blessing and a curse. You know, it allows you to connect with people, also allows you to disconnect with people.
Yeah.
You have a lot of people trying to look a certain way and trying to basically keep up with the Joneses. And when they can't, I think that kinds of separates them from the real world kind of.
And then they become lonely, you know, trying to fit in with everyone, and then they realize, hey, maybe I don't fit in. So that could contribute to loneliness as well.
I mean, especially during the pandemic and during COVID, like the isolation is just, it's hard because you need a day-to-day human interaction.
I think it definitely is important to have that human interaction and just actually physically seeing people, because it's never really the same just talking to somebody over the phone.
Put the phone down and get out and get some fresh air and go out, take a walk, and just decompress from the screens, because a lot of screen time is overwhelming for me sometimes.
The electronics are fun, they're interesting, but a lot of people, that's all they do. Some people walk around with their phones and their gadgets in their hands, and it's like, if we didn't have satellites, back to the board games and pull out the cards again.
We're both at college, and so we have to like rely on phone calls and texting and Snapchat to rely on being connected.
Daily or like every few day phone calls with friends or talking to my family at home, that definitely helps a lot when I can't see them for a few months.
Just getting out there again, not being nervous, have anxiety and stuff like that. So it's healthy to get out and be around people again.
Absolutely.
Wow. Charlene and I both chuckled when the one gal talked about getting a dog would be a good idea, which I think there's certain merit to that, right? Dogs can be great friends.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though, how I don't think we were too surprised. And Ashley, thanks for going out and with the community and hearing from folks. Appreciate it. Great hat, by the way. How a lot of people acknowledge, you know, being on social media, it does lead to a loneliness. It's so interesting. We have these connections, but, you know, sometimes we just want to kill some time. We'll get online, and it's not often a rewarding experience, so to speak, for lack of a better term.
It really does, and there are studies that show that it creates anxiety. Isn't it amazing?
As if we don't have enough
As
already,
if we don't have enough anxiety, but you know, God created us to be in community.
Okay.
Family, you know, friends, fellowship with church members. And it's interesting that, you know, we are the body of Christ.
Yeah.
Many members. You know, the arm, if it's just left alone, it's connected to the other parts of the body.
Yeah, so you're making the connection, the spiritual discernment that it's a natural repercussion, this loneliness feeling.
You cut it off.
Yes, because we're designed for fellowship. It doesn't always mean in person, but maybe on the phone.
Absolutely. I mean, when's the last time you actually picked up the phone and called someone just to see how they're doing, and instead of sending one text?
That's a great question, and it doesn't make me a hero, but because you asked, I did it last week to someone who was hurting.
Good.
Because I wanted to encourage them. Guess who felt it just blessed me in hearing someone share what they were going through, and I hung up the phone and I literally said, Lord, why am I not doing this often?
I need to do more of it too, Andrew. It's so easy to just pick up the phone and just send a text, and it's like, well, wait a minute. There's something about, you know, touching a person. You know, when COVID happened and all the churches were locked down, we couldn't go to church, and there's something about hugging a person, you know, and just feeling that love and letting them feel that love. It's just powerful. God created us.
And some folks did acknowledge that there's benefit to this stuff too. We can stay connected to people. I mean, there's great things about social media, et cetera. We're not trying to just slam it, but the human connection, the personal connection is vital for sure.
Balance is definitely needed.
Hello, I'm Gordon Robertson. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more encouraging videos like this one. Welcome to the 700 Club Interactive family, and God bless you.